love the color pink. Did I say that before? I'm sure I did. Huh? Thank you, Mother Nature. It's a beautiful day. You know, one thing about me is I can always have fun by myself. I don't need this big old crowd. I don't need people to make me feel better about myself. I don't need any of that. Instead, I just need, I have what I need. That's all I gotta say. I feel like this has happened a lot. Like when people come into my life and they'll get that good divine energy, they'll feel so good, you know. I'll motivate them. I'll make them feel a little bit more secure and confident of themselves. And then they get used to it. And they feel entitled to it. So entitled to the point that they think that it is they who I need. When really, it is me who they need. And there's nothing wrong with needing me, you know? I love to be there for people. But not when you take my energy for granted, not when you disrespect me and my energy, not when you dismiss my needs or dismiss my feelings, which are the most valuable thing that I have. But they reach this point where they, like, I don't know what happens, but they forget that I was the one that made them happy again, until they don't have it anymore. And then when they don't have it anymore, right, they try to look for me, and I'm not there because I respect myself. And then when I'm not there, they feel so entitled to it that, and so shook that I'm not ever coming back again, that they go up to the highest extremes to try and get me mad, to try and get me back. And it doesn't matter if they have to gossip. It doesn't matter if they have to create false lies and allegations. As long as they're able to have some type of control over me. Until they realize that that's not ever going to happen again. And you guys, I don't mean that in any type of, you know, I don't even have to explain myself, but I am. I don't mean that in any type of egotistical way, like, oh, they need me. But it's the truth. They do. Just like my family. I was their light. I was their motivation. I was literally what kept them fueled. But they got to a point where they needed more of that, right? And they knew they couldn't control me. So what do they do to try and keep me stuck? When their smear campaign did not work on destroying me, when all these false allegations did not work, that's when they wanted to plan my murder, to really keep me stuck. Which is why I tell you guys, like, I don't need anything from anyone. Everything that I have, I've obtained myself. I don't need people to console me. I don't need people to tell me things are going to be alright, because I already know. I don't really need much from this guy. Even the type of love that I seek from my divine masculine, I already have that within me. The only reason why I was interested in uniting was because, I'm obviously a human being and I obviously want that physical aspect of a relationship. And not like, oh my gosh, I want to be in a relationship. No, I'm not like that. Never have I ever been like that. So when I say that that's what I want, it's truly what I want. It's what I've been speaking about. Me uniting with my divine masculine. And not because, I need a man to make me happy. Like the rest of these karmics. No. That's just the true nature of who I am. And it's always who I've been, and it's always the vision that I've had. To have my own family with my husband. And that's what God promised me. And I know that's what God will provide for me. Not only because I deserve it, but because I've done so much inner and outer work, and I still continue to do it. And you hear the frequency again? Yeah. And because it is just what is destined for me. No matter how much these karmics work. And I know that when the time is right, right? Because I don't want just any man, no. I want a real man. Not a little boy. Not a man that acts like a boy. That's what I mean. Not someone who is easily manipulated. Someone who is easily tempted. No. That's why everything is in divine timing. Because God is not just going to allow anyone to taste my berries. No. He's not. And I wouldn't want that either. Which is why everything that I have, I need it. I mean, everything that I have, everything that I need, I have it. Why did I say that upside down or backwards? Whatever. Everything that I need, I already have it within me. And like I said, even the love that I seek from my divine masculine, I already have that within me. So I really don't need him in my life, right? He would be like an add-on to my life. And I would be an add-on to his. That is what a healthy partnership looks like. That is what a divine partnership looks like. When each counterpart is built with everything that they have to survive in this world, and actually uses it when they need to. And both of them understanding that. and still wanting to come together to make whatever they both have already even bigger. That's that is divine timing. That is a moment of realization. Because come on, who wants to force relationships? Who has time for that? Who has time to force people to? Oh no, actually no. People do have time for that. People want that. Because not everyone, it's like me. Not everyone. Not everyone uses what they already have within them for what they need. I know that makes sense to someone. But yeah. But I do look forward to just finally being with my man, whoever he is, and just finally confirmation. Just finally taking my warrior skin off for like 1 minute, for like a second, for like a day, and just be on my soft side, which is what I mostly am. Yeah, I'm strong. Yeah, I can speak up. Yeah, I can defend myself and others. But do I really want to be doing that all the time? No. Do I really want to be constantly defending myself all the time? No. I mean, not that I do, but do I want to be constantly on the lookout? No. I just want to be in bed, naked, with my man, chilling. My man is someone who deserves me, and deserves my love, and deserves my trust, and deserves my loyalty. Someone who makes me feel safe and protected. But yeah. Until then, I do have everything that I need. I'm just so grateful that God built me differently, right? Differently in the sense that no money in the world can buy my love. No amount of sexiness on you can buy my love. Nothing can really buy my love. My love is not for sale. In fact, you have to win it. And not in any competition, because like I said, I don't ever compete for anything. But you have to gain it with your actions. And I say actions because people can say a lot of things, right? But just because they say a lot of things, it doesn't mean that they mean it. And that's what a lot of people do. They try and sell you a dream. Tell you, yo, I love you. I'll never do this. Like, you're the love of my life. And then you turn around and they cheat on you, or they betray you, or they... That is why I don't mind waiting for the right one. I'd rather do that than just go with the first person but You see that fly? That's because that will never happen. Because I'm not built like that. That's why I said I'm so glad that God built me differently. And if I ever made you feel love, if I ever made you feel happy, I'm glad I was able to do that. Even if it was just for a little bit, I'm glad I was able to do that. I'm glad.